This demon can be defeated in the weirdest way ever. Its origin might entail that it cannot be really killed, but that doesn't mean we can't beat it. Rest assured, this will probably be my most weird and schizo video yet. My own subs, my own fans will look at me weird after this, okay? I promise you now. Can you kill the smile demon? Can you really kill it? The simple and short, sweet answer is probably no. This is an eldritch, godly abomination, and we are just pathetic humans. There's nothing we can do with this. It's not as simple as, oh, as soon as we find this physical form, we can stab it and shoot it and kill it. No, you can't do that. But, you could maybe trap it. You could diffuse it of its power and make it almost nothingness, okay? Now, what do we know about this demon? It attaches to trauma. That's how it passes to people, through trauma. It thrives on fear. The more psychologically broken you are with everything it throws at you, the easier a victim you are, okay? You can't just run, because it alters reality. It alters your very perception of everything that's happening to the point where it can manipulate you to do what it wants. And it only leaves when it gets its feeding. That's you offing yourself in front of somebody else, okay? Now, in order to fight this demon at any cost, you need prep time. You're not coming at this with, oh, this is my first time ever seeing this demon. No. You need to have prep time. You need to have long, gratuitous planning. You need to have a full-on regime, a full-on regimen to beat this thing, okay? Now, this creature is much easier to deal with as an outsider, all right? It's as simple as find the person who's infected, observe their movements, get them isolated somewhere, and have the coldest stone sniper you know shoot them in the head. And it has to be done when they're away, when their head is not facing you. Otherwise, the demon can figure out a way to use trauma and spread. Shoot it. Done. The demon has been contained. Only problem with that logic is it could probably still spread. Why? Think about how this demon would have gotten here in the first place. It would have. It exists in another dimension, let's say, and it waits to enter our world through trauma. Let's say it's very similar to how people who've lost someone and are sad, they perform a seance to try to get a message to the other side, and they accidentally let a demon in, right? We've seen this in many movies. Well, it's possible that enough trauma happened in the world through an event that this demon was let in through that. Very plausible that if we end the chain here, that it could start again somewhere else. That's how this demon first came here. It exists in the space between spaces, a dimension. So, instead of offing the person who has it and letting it go back into the dimension and find another opening, you need to trap it in another dimension, in a dimension of our own making, okay? And remember what happened at the end of Smile 2. Everyone's almost possessed now. This Taylor Swift level singer offed herself in front of an audience of fans who were filming it on a live stream so all their social media people could watch. That's a lot of people that just got infected, a pandemic. So it's going to be very hard to save the world. It's every man for himself. So this protocol can be designed to maybe help the world, but it mostly, what you're doing here is you need to figure out a way to be immune to this thing. So this video will be about how to fight this demon when it's inside you. It's the hardest thing. I don't think anybody's figured this out. If anyone on YouTube has figured this out, I hate them. Don't listen to them, okay? Now, there are a couple ways that you can survive, right? You can break the chain and pass it to somebody else, but at what cost, what moral cost? And this demon's still going to be coming around. People are still going to be dying en masse. You can face it without fear. Okay, easier said than done. What are you going to Batman it? Like Batman did to the fear toxin of Scarecrow? This is not a toxin. This is a demon that adapts and destroys you. You can trap it in an empty room so that it can't get to anyone else. But at some point, it's going to figure out a way to break your perception of reality and make you think you're in a trapped room. That's the issue, right? Kill it. How? We need to figure that out. Do a lot of cocaine and drugs like me to the point where your brain chemistry is so warped that you're a useless vessel to it, right? That's still a problem because I do coke and I'm still afraid of brunettes smiling in the dark. So it still figures out a way to get to your fear, all right? You can try journeying into the occult where you do some freaking ritual or something that can trap it into an object or something like that, right? Like the Annabelle doll or something like that. You can try to trap into an object, but this is all, we don't know if that'll even work because this is not the same demon as Annabelle or any of those demons we've seen in the Conjuring universe. This is a freaking virus. The other thing is, people say, just laugh, have the ability to laugh at everything it throws at you. Be stoic or be a psychopath, right? Very easy to say. You can't just, I'm a psychopath now. No. Now, we have the right train of thought here when it comes to mentally preparing yourself for everything it throws at you. But just as, you can't say something as simple as, become a psychopath and like the Joker and just laugh at everything it throws at you. Very easy. oh, convenient, easy solution to say, but it's very hard in practice. You have to trap it. You can be as stoic and as psychopathic as you want. At some point, it will get at you. At some point, this demon will figure out to manipulate your pains and fears against you and destroy reality itself around you. So you need to trap it. You need to get it to the point where it is vulnerable to be trapped. Here's how you would do it, all right? Remember, this is going to take prep time. You need about 1 to 1.5 years of prep time, okay? So you need, this assumes that we're in a world where people know about the smile demon. People are getting infected left and right, and you have evidence, you have firsthand accounts, you know how this demon operates and functions, okay? So this is going to be 1 to 1.5 years of you preparing for this. A 5 to 7, about a week of survival when you have the demon inside you, right? But that's how the parasite operates. It'll kill you within that time frame. Your goal is to have this level of prep time just to draw this timeline out, to draw those days out so you have enough time to fuck with the demon, okay? Now, I've created the blueprint to beating the smile demon. Nobody else has come up with this blueprint. If they have, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them, okay? Only listen to me. Now, here's how we do it. There's the pre-infection stage. This is the prep shit, okay? Step 0. We're day 0 right now, okay? Hire the greatest AI expert of all time and keep a limited contact with him. You guys know something's occurring, but you don't have any contact with each other. We want to give this demon as little leverage as we can. In fact, once you hire him, have him concuss you really badly so you don't have any memory of meeting him after you plan everything with him. I'm going to get to why this AI expert is very, very important later, okay? Remember, all I'm going to say is this. Remember Smile 2, what happened? She offed herself in front of a crowd. That crowd had cameras. It's implied that they got infected and the people watching through their cameras got infected because they all got the trauma, which tells me this is a being born of perception. Perception that creates trauma. It's not a physical entity like we've seen before, right? So the camera feed works, okay? And you need to be in pure isolation in one room the entire time. You're going to be alone with your thoughts and the demon. This is going to be a very intimate infection stage. So you have to be prepared for this. Okay? You need to have a room built for this too, by the way. You need to have this room already built in, and you need to not know what the hell's happened to the room so that the demon can't manipulate your mind and see your memories, okay? We're going to have security cameras set up, and you cannot know that they're there. So remember, you need to have planned this and then concuss yourself so you can't remember any of this shit, okay? Bear with me. 1, we're going to be going in and out of lucid dreaming a lot to the point where we master it. Why? So that you can learn what reality is and what reality isn't. You're getting used to blurring the lines between reality. You're going to do some Inception level shit where you are trained in how to exit a dream world or a hallucination. You're going to use the use of totems that you can have, right? You're going to use that flotation tank shit, right? Where you're submerged underwater in darkness for a long period of time. Why? So that you can be alone in darkness and pay attention to sounds around you. So you can see what reality is and what reality isn't, right? When you're in this stage, you're learning how to be alone and isolated, and you're learning what reality is. The demon likes fucking with you in the dark. It does. What does it do in the first stages of infection? Whenever you're about to go to sleep, it starts fucking around with shit, making sounds, and you see someone smiling in the dark, right? This is your way of submerging yourself into that darkness, that primordial darkness, and learning what reality is and what reality isn't, okay? Step 2, develop absolute emotional apathy. This is the hard part. We're going to be doing some Clockwork Orange aversion therapy. You're going to have to need actors and your kids and all this shit. You're going to have the best people. With CGI, I don't know how you can do it. You need to get used to the idea of seeing your family violently murdered in front of you, okay? You're going to need to see the worst violent acts you've ever seen in your life, okay? You're going to be forced to watch all this. You're going to have to see your baby be blown up or some shit, okay? That's what I'm talking about here. You're going to be used to watching so much violence that whatever the demon throws at you hallucination-wise, it's nothing to you, okay? Mental and emotional override of constructs. Why? What does this mean? Whatever hallucination it throws at you, you need to have a response to that isn't the emotion that I'm going to tell you right now. That isn't fear or sadness or trauma. You need to have a different response. And that response will be sexual. You need to develop a sexual fetish for smiling people, okay? So 1, you're probably going to need to be bisexual in this experiment because you're going to need to be attracted to men and women no matter what. Because the smile demon will throw all of those at you, right? You need to be attracted to people who smile. You need to have a fetish off the smile. Not the gender, the smile. Okay? That's what... Don't do drugs, kids. This video is evidence of that. Now, you also need to be a sadomasochist. Here, listen. You need to listen. Don't leave. Please don't leave. This is so important if you ever want to survive this demon, okay? This is a 1-year protocol where you're going to be locked in a room where with a person who's smiling. They're going to be changing them out every other day. They're going to be changing them, right? There's going to be a new person smiling and torturing the shit out of you every single day. You're going to have the aversion therapy where you're forced to watch violence, and then you're going to have this where a smiling person's coming at you, doing terrible things to you, whipping your balls, stabbing you, cutting you, all that shit. You need to learn how to be sexually attracted to a smile and pain. That will limit the smile demon's first assaults on you, right? It'll limit it. You remember, you're not beating the smile demon completely by doing this. I'm just saying you're limiting what it can do. You're cutting off its leverage to you, right? Sustained isolation. Remember, we're going to have a room set up with security cameras, and you need to learn to be in this room forever, right? You need to learn how to be in this room without needing the outside world, so that the demon sees that this is your normal life. Remember, if the demon senses that you are planning some weird shit in this room, it'll do everything in its power to stop that shit from happening, okay? Now you're infected. You've seen somebody off themselves. The countdown has begun. Now, because of the protocol you just went through, you're not going to have as much trauma as a regular person. So the demon, even though it might infect you, its hold on you is already weak. So you already have hit the ground running. Okay? Day 1, it's going to start throwing shit at you. Just here and there, it's going to start reading you out like Floyd Mayweather in a boxing ring. It's feeling you out. So when you're alone at night going to sleep, it's going to start breaking glass somewhere. You're going to start seeing shapes. You're going to start seeing a smiling woman. It's okay. You get aroused by that now. Day 2, it's going to start getting physical now. Now that it knows its shit is not working, it's going to start getting physical. Might be making you feel some pain, right? But it will slowly realize that you will get off on this shit. Day 3, reality warping. It's going to throw in the big guns now. You're going to start seeing people entering your house. You're going to start seeing phone calls that shouldn't be happening because you've unplugged all the phones. You're going to start seeing like freaking helicopters flying outside your house, right? With like police screaming your name, right? It's going to do everything in its power to make you think shit's happening that it's not. But your training, your lucid dream training and all that shit, the reality check training you've done is helping you sustain that you are sane still, okay? Flooding. It knows you are not a regular Joe. So it's going to start unloading on you. It's going to start having an army of smiling people attack you in your home. Good. You love it. This is your ultimate fetish, an orgy smiling people, right? You've trained for this. Day 5, it's going to bring on the pain. You are going to get physically tortured. You're going to get physically tortured, man. It's going to make you think bones are breaking, your balls are being ripped off, but it's okay. You're a sadomasochist. You can handle it. The demon itself is now starting to panic a little bit. Because the demon, by now, it usually has its victims broken to the point where they off themselves, right? It's not happening with you. The demon's looking at you and it's like, what the fuck? What is this freak? What is this dude, bro? What kind of vessel did I get? It's getting angry now. Perfect. We got it right where we want it. Because now it's going to start doing things. It's going to start going out of its way and doing things it normally wouldn't do to provoke you into doing what it wants, right? So remember, this demon is tied to perception, not exactly physical form. If someone sees something that happens that gives enough trauma, the demon will spread. So it will probably, because it knows it's going to have a difficulty trying to get you out of the room, it knows that there's security cameras and there's probably a security person watching from the other side. So it says, okay, I'm going to have you off yourself alive so the trauma spreads to that security guard and I don't have to deal with this pathetic vessel anymore, right? That's what it wants. Perfect. Enter my trap card, bitch. What we've done, there was a reason we hired an AI expert, because an expert in training AI models, okay? An AI-based motion detector system. Instead of using a standard camera with video feed that the demon thinks that is, it uses an AI-powered motion tracker sensor that only detects movement, but it doesn't display it as like a freaking image. That's what the smile wants. It wants you to be able to see that shit so it can perceive the trauma. The demon can't detect how much of the visuals you see. The system is built in such a way it would have no way of being able to do that. What? It's going to enter into the goddamn camera and see? No. It's not going to do that. The AI is built to not process the visual data as an image, but as like abstract data points, right? I know this is getting convoluted. Here, bear with me here. This is the way, okay? Once it realizes it can't go that route because this camera is different, it has nowhere to go, it does everything in its power to freaking manipulate you into going somewhere where there's people around, right? Because that's where it's going to spread, because it can't spread through the camera. That's exactly what we want. The demon's now going to do whatever it can. So that means it's going to try to do an FBI open up, right? A hallucination of that. It's going to start throwing shit at you to make you think you need to go outside, but you're not. You are trained in this shit. You know what was going to happen. It's going to try to make your dad come in the room and say, you need to go, your daughter's about to die. You know, okay? The demon at some point is going to want to show its true form because it has to. It has no point. At some point, it's going to have to show its physical form to force you out of there itself. Why? Because it needs to full on possess you now. Usually, the demon breaks you so it can come into you naturally, right? It's very easy for the demon to get into its people, right? Into its vessels, into its hosts. But now it knows it can't do it, so it has to forcefully go inside you. This is perfect. If it wants you to off yourself, it's going to have to put some skin in the game. And once it does, it exposes itself. This is the cursed tape ritual. We're doing some Samara from the Ring type shit. Remember what the AI thing does. It literally sees you in code. It sees the demon in code. So this is going to be a lot. Bear with me. The demon's manifestation, as soon as it exposes itself, like we just said, is going to expose itself to the AI system detector as well, right? And we're with specialized software designed to analyze faces. We're going to run the footage through a digital distortion filter. This corrupts the data so that the entity is fragmented into a non-cohesive code. There's no visual element here. It's fragmented. We upload that data to a sealed off air-gapped server. Keep it off any network to prevent escape. The demon's already been inside of you and is trying to make you off yourself, right? As soon as it makes you off yourself live, right? That's exactly what we want. We were going to seal it in the digital codex and keep it off any network to prevent escape. Remember, you don't want it to be let loose in the other dimension where it came from. You want to trap it in your own dimension. That dimension is the digital verse, digital code. Program a loop to keep it stuck in an endless playback cycle. If the demon needs to be seen, make it watch itself endlessly in a feedback loop. Store the hard drive in a physically locked vault just in case no one can watch this. This is like a cursed tape now, right? That's what the hard drive is. It's the perfect thing because it's a perfect trap. The demon has no way to exit out into the ether. So you've trapped it. You've literally fucking trapped it. This would be perfect if the pandemic that at the end of Spiral 2 didn't happen, right? But now you know how this works. So any other any other victims of the Smile Curse can all be brought here, right? One by one. Now there's two ways this process could go down. This could fail miserably, by the way. This is all theory at the end of the day, right? We have a cursed tape. No one's allowed to watch it. It's like the Ring, right? So we've taken a virus, a demonic virus, and turned it into a Ring cursed tape-like thing. So we've limited what it can do. But as soon as somebody watches it, we're back to square one, right? So there's a risk of people watching. You need to bury this shit underground somewhere, bro. It kills the host, but exposes itself, right? Once it does that, instead of maybe it doesn't get trapped in the digital realm, right? But if it exposes itself, we can show the video and use a video to desensitize everyone to it. We can show the people, oh, this is its form. This is what it looks like. This is what it does to people. And as soon as we get people watching stuff like this, more and more and more, replicating it, then when they watch the actual footage, they're desensitized to it. The trauma response is gone. The demon's one power, one strength is gone from the world, right? But this is problematic because the demon is not tied to a form. The demon is not tied to a demonic form, in my opinion. The demon can change forms and do other things to disrupt you. So even if you're desensitized to the way it looks in this video and what it does, it can find other ways to fuck with you when it gets inside you, right? It can manipulate reality and trauma. So that's a very risky thing. I think the cursed tape thing is the only thing you can do. Trap it in a digital realm, store the hard drive like a cursed tape type shit, bury it. Bury that shit underground, right? So to summarize, plan an AI-based motion camera system. Make yourself a sexual deviant who gets aroused by like smiling people. And then make yourself so I don't even know what I wrote. I was high. Make yourself a sadomasochist. You can do this you can do this using the same ritual torture. Smiling person beating the shit out of you, right? Get off on it. This will stall the entity to the point where it has to use extreme measures to try to possess you. When this final reveal happens, security guy who's live on the other side, there's a filter between him and what's being seen through the AI, and the AI will trap the demon in the digital realm. Now, you're going to be asking, what happens to the host when this happens? Does he die? You're probably going to have to take one for humanity, okay? That's it. If you want to beat this demon, somebody's going to have to die. But you've trapped it in a hard drive. And now you have a tried and tested process of how to destroy this mofo. If there's multiple Smile demon pandemics happening, this is probably a useless idea. So I just realized this video probably works better if Smile 2 ending didn't happen. But here's what I've given you. I've given you a very good plot response. Smile 3. Studios, producers of Smile, watch this. Smile 3, you need to be different now. Your first two movies are literally the same. Oh, the Smile Demon manipulates the main character into offing herself. Great. This is how you do it. The Smile 3 can be, what's the routine, the protocol that's been established by the survivors of the Smile Demon pandemic, right? They've established this protocol of desensitizing themselves to pain, to all the shit. And you can see one main character go through this, and then the first half of the movie is him preparing, and the second half is him getting the virus and learning and seeing if his experimentation worked. That it would be such an epic plotline. And the humans can win this time. You don't need to have the demon winning all the time, right? The trilogy could be the humans finally winning. That'd be a perfect way to end a trilogy, all right? This is not indicative of what I think about on a daily basis, okay? Only like 50%. You want to know who the most powerful demon of all time is, though, in movie history? Watch this video here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.